This episode of Other People's Airplanes is supported by Sennheiser. So this morning we are at the very south side of the experimental flight line just north of EAA Radio, and it is day 4 of EAA's AirVenture Oshkosh 2012. I'm David Allen, and I'm about to take you into the cockpit of Other People's Airplanes. So like I said, we're at the south end of the experimental flight line. We decided not to start today's intro over at the Aeroshell ConocoPhillips 66 Plaza Square Rectangle trapezoidal area that we've just decided to call the main area. We're going to right now head on up to the Warbird flight line to the north side, just on the south side of the North 40, check out some of the world's greatest flying machines, and check out the Warbirds in review. Let's go! We made our way over to Scott's Warbird Alley, and look who's here! It's Panchito! I'm so excited. And we are here talking with Lynn May of the DAV flight team. You're the event coordinator. Welcome to Other People's Airplanes.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm so glad to be here. It was great to see you again, and we always appreciate all you do for the DAV.
Well, you know, we did fly with Panchito back in March at the Tycho Warbird Air Show, and that episode is going to be a full-length episode with lots of cameras inside and outside the cockpit. We're going to be editing that. It will come out. But while we're here at AirVenture, I did want to take a moment of Lynn's time and talk about the DAV and what you guys do. What's your mission?
Well, our mission is now and has always been building better lives for our nation's disabled veterans and their families. We are so happy to be able to bring in the B-25 bomber to create public awareness of our organization and tell veterans out there everywhere, we're here to help. You need help, you call the DAV.
And so how can people get information about, if they do need help, where do they go? How do they reach out to the DAV?
Well, one way, most everybody has a computer or access to one. Go to dav.org. That's dav.org.
And you're seeing that right here on the lower third.
And you can find any information you need about any state in the nation. Also, if you're out here at AirVenture at any point, you can stop and see us. We have local volunteers that help us at every show and every event we do, and they know all the local things that are going on. So whatever you need help with, you go to that website, you can call the DAV, all the information's out there, and all our services are free to the veterans. So, you know, if you need help or you're not even sure, you think, I wonder if I have any benefits that I don't know about, even if you're not a disabled veteran, call. We'll help you. That's what we're here for.
That's just great news, and I'm glad that there's an agency like DAV that's out here helping people out. How can other people find out more information and that don't necessarily need help but just want to get involved?
Well, of course, you can always go to the website, find us at events like this, but there are so many things you can do. The patriotic public out there, we couldn't continue what we're doing without them, and they can do donations. We have this huge transportation network, and there are so many volunteers that help the veterans. If you want to help, there's something you can do. The local chapters sometimes do their own things, and it's always at the heart of it. It's always helping veterans. The organization itself is Veterans Helping Veterans. So if you're out there listening, call the local DAV chapter. Go to DAV.org and find your local chapter and call and volunteer and help out. We're all in this together.
And there's also a Facebook page where people can kind of get connected to you guys.
There sure is. We have a Facebook page called DAV Flight Team. That's DAV Flight Team. So go on there and like us. You'll even have a chance to win a beautiful model. This model airplane is once a year, once a season, we give away one of these models to someone that liked us that year on Facebook. So, hey, you not only get to get all the great information about the DAV and our travels, but you also get a chance to win this model of the B-25.
This is a beautiful model of Panchito, the B-25. So I'm actually hoping I win it, but I'm gonna just say you guys need to go like the DAV Flight Team on Facebook and get entered to win this beautiful model. Thank you so much, Lynn, for taking the time to talk to us here on Other People's Airplanes.
Well, thank you for coming by, and we hope to see you again. Anything you do to help veterans, we certainly appreciate. So thank you so much.
Well, it's been my pleasure. I'm sure we'll see more of you around.
Great. Look forward to it.
cost of flight training often dissuades prospective pilots from pursuing their dreams of flying. Sennheiser Aviation and its Live Your Dream partners want to help relieve the financial burden of flight training by awarding monthly scholarships to those who are willing to share their enthusiasm openly with the rest of the aviation community. Sennheiser wants to learn what sparked your fascination of flying and why you want to take to the skies to become a pilot. Scholarships include a $1,500 contribution to your flight training, as well as valuable prizes donated by their partners. Whether you are just starting out as a private pilot or delving into an advanced rating, Sennheiser's Live Your Dream program wants to help. Simply have your flight school sign up for free as a Live Your Dream flight school. Then write a short essay or produce a short video explaining why you are passionate about aviation and what you intend to do with the scholarship. A panel of aviation experts and enthusiasts will judge all of the entries each month and award one $1,500 scholarship. For more information and to apply, head on over to this link right here. Sennheiser Aviation, helping you to live your dream.
Hey, this is Damon, and we are at the UCAP Beer Bash at the Super 8 gate to the North 40, and joining me tonight is Sam Wiltzius. How you doing tonight, Sam?
I am doing quite well, thank you very much.
So it's day 4, it's Thursday. What have you seen so far this week?
I have been underneath the outboard engine of the C5 Galaxy as it taxied in today. I've been inside a couple P-51s and other airshow aircraft. It's been a fantastic time. This is why I love AirVenture. I love people, I love airplanes, I love the community.
You've been coming here for a few years. How'd you get started with AirVenture?
1987, my grandfather bought regular tickets. Back then you needed to be a pilot in order to get on the flight line. And I happened to climb over the fence and go see Voyager. My grandfather then basically ran in after me through the security, and we saw Voyager, and shortly thereafter I've been coming every year. I've been here every year since '89.
And you're still camping?
I didn't actually camp. I live all of 15 minutes to 20 minutes away from here, and I've only been camping for 4 years. And the reason I went and started camping is because of the community.
Okay, and what do you do during the week at AirVenture?
At AirVenture, I've been a volunteer for 16 years with EAA Video. And I started off just being a grip, basically being the gopher, writing down logging tapes, writing down what we shot. So my, like third or fourth year here, I was running around with National Geographic and carting around Burt Rutan. I mean, how crazy is that? That's just amazing. So, I keep coming back year after year, and I'm meeting all kinds of amazing, wonderful people. And to me, EAA is a community. It's, yeah, airplanes are involved, but I get to meet such amazing, wonderful people. That's what keeps bringing me back year after year. And 16 years later, here I am, still recording video, still sticking airplane cameras in airplanes. It's great. I love it.
Anywhere else in the world you'd rather be the last week in July?
No, not at all. I would rather it be cooler, but you'll never get me away from Oshkosh.
Ready, hit it.
So now I'm talking to the man behind all of this behind us, Jack Hodgson. How are you doing tonight, Jack?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm just happy to be here.
Me too. Me too. This has been a great turnout. This is very thrilling.
So let's start way back when. How'd you get started coming to Oshkosh?
I learned how to fly. Well, actually, I'd heard about Oshkosh long before I learned how to fly. There was this flying that I, heard about somehow, some way, and I thought that was kind of cool. I should do that someday, but I wasn't a pilot. I wasn't a student pilot, so, it was off in the distance. And then when I started flight training, somehow I learned about, I don't even remember, it was a long time ago, but when it got on my radar, I said, I got to go to Oshkosh. And in the very first year after I started training, I wasn't able to come because of work. And then the second year, I did come. This is after I became a student pilot. And after that first year, I just haven't missed it ever since. And that was like this is my 22nd consecutive year to Oshkosh.
22 years, what keeps you coming back?
It's funny, I yell at people when I ask that question, and they say, oh, it's about the people, it's all the friends I meet. But it really is, I mean, it's the airplanes. There's a lot of cool airplanes here, and that's kind of nice. And I I've grown to love Wisconsin. I just, although I'd been coming here for about 10 years before I realized that it wasn't always summer and green in Wisconsin. All right, but I love coming here. The people out here are beautiful, are nice. The countryside is nice. There's a lot of airplanes here, and I have a lot of friends here now.
Okay, now to the event tonight. What's going on behind us?
This is just a little listener appreciation gathering. We talk a lot on our podcast about enjoying various beers and other adult beverages, and so we decided we wanted to get together with listeners. We started this about 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, something like that, and we just basically bought a 6-pack and said, come on over, and it's kind of grown into this thing, which is terrific. A lot of people came over tonight, and so we bought a bunch of beers and soft drinks and cheesy poofs, and we had a good old time, and big crowd, biggest crowd we've ever had. Very, very nice. I met a lot of really cool people here tonight.
And for any of the listeners that might not know, the podcast you're talking about is Uncontrolled Airspace.
Uncontrolled Airspace, yeah.
And you're coming up on a big milestone. Tell me about that.
2 big milestones. We're coming up on our 300th episode, and we'll do that here on Sunday morning from the EAA radio studios. And then the other milestone is our 6th anniversary, our 6th birthday, and that'll be a couple weeks after we get back home.
Now, you've been doing media on the field for quite a while. Why podcasting?
First of all, I like to talk, I guess, and I'm an electronic media guy. Although I've written off and on, I'm not really a writer. I'm more of an electronic media guy. Millions and millions of years ago, I went to school for TV and radio production, and so that's kind of in my background. And I'm a computer guy, and when podcasting kind of, whatever it did sprung out of whatever it sprung out of. I was fascinated by it, and I said, we should do some sort of aviation related podcast. And I was good friends with Dave and Jeb, and we always kind of chatted about airplanes, and I said, well, this is great, we should do that as a podcast. And we did, and it's turned out people like it.
A lot of people like it.
I guess a lot of people do like it. It's nice.
4 days into the show, anything special you've seen so far?
My editor at the newspaper, that Higdon guy, all right, is working me like a dog, all right, and so I haven't had a chance to get around as much as I'd like to. We were out on the West Ramp, whatever it is they're calling it this year, and saw a bunch of nice airplanes out there. There was the C-17's gone, but it was there the other night. Some interesting military trainers were there. That was cool. I was down at the ultralight field. That's a really nice place too. The ultralight. Whether or not you like the smaller aircraft like the ultralights and the LSAs, the what they call down on the farm, or the Red Barn down at the ultralight area, is a terrific place to hang out, because it really has the grassroots feeling of what I think is the best part of aviation. It's down there, it's a grass strip, it's people just hanging out. They fly their airplanes, they're simple airplanes. They don't spend a lot of money on have to spend a lot of money on their avionics or their whatever. They just it's very pure flying, and I like that a lot down there. So that's a lot of fun down there. I like that.
If you were talking to somebody that's never been to Oshkosh before, how would you describe it? Bigger than you can imagine. Lots of airplanes. Come on out, check it out. Don't expect to see it all the first time. Make sure you're going to come back eventually, and then find a place here. I suppose if you're only going to come once, just come once, and that's fine. But if you're going to come on a regular basis, you need to find what I call your neighborhood. You need to find the area that is. You need to become part of a neighborhood. So whether that neighborhood is some volunteer group that you get involved with, or whether it's some affinity group like the podcasters or whatever, but find your neighborhood, find your people here at AirVenture, and then get back with them every year, all right? And that's what will make it great. You can come here for a few years in a row and look at airplanes, but after a while, that kind of gets a little old, quite frankly. But the friends that you make here and the people that you hang out with will never get old. And so that's what you want to do when you come to AirVenture. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us, Jack. We really appreciate it. We'll let you get back to the party now. For Other People's Airplanes, I'm Damon Favor.
So that's it for day 4 of EAA's AirVenture Oshkosh 2012. We have just kind of crashed the UCAP Beer Bash. We got here a little bit late. It's wrapping up, but we have had a blast here talking to some friends of just all aviation podcasters. This is our Scholler story from the North 40 Super 8 area, but, We get them when we can. The point is, there's always something happening at night at Oshkosh, and so if you come to the air show and then leave, you're missing half of what's going on. And this is a blast to be just a great time to just hang out with good friends. So come out to Oshkosh. There's still 3 days of air show left. 3 days of events. We got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we will bring you day 5 of Oshkosh tomorrow. Thanks for watching.